These are some of the Palestinian detainees who've been released in a ceasefire deal with Hamas. Thousands, including children and young teenagers, are still in Israeli jails, many without charge in what's called an administrative detention.
Israeli prison guards stormed our cell. We assumed they are here for beating us. The prison guards exercised more psychological pressures.
Since October 7, videos have emerged of Israeli soldiers beating, stepping on, abusing and humiliating detained Palestinians. Many are blindfolded, stripped and have their hands cuffed. Palestinians say Israel has now arrested more than 10,000 people in total. That's double the 5,200 Palestinians in Israeli prisons prior to October 7. At least 2 Palestinian prisoners have been killed in Israeli custody after they were arrested. Both were held without trial or charge. Rights workers say prisoners are subjected to starvation, thirst and lack of medical treatment. That's in addition to physical attacks and degrading treatment.
The conditions inside Israeli prisons are tragic in the full sense of the word. Not a day passes without assault, oppression and humiliation. If one says the call to prayer, the prison guards storm the cell and start beating everyone inside. Food is unfit for humans. One rice dish is for 8 detainees to share in a cell. I've been in this uniform for more than 50 days. Since October the 7th, none of the Palestinians in jail have taken a shower.
They gassed us and took some of us to solitary confinement. It was really dire. Prison officers used to tell us, keep silent. We have the green light to do anything to you. We were treated very badly. A meal sufficient for 10 is distributed among 80 detainees, so you can imagine the humiliation.
Young people face some of the worst abuse. A report by Save the Children says 69% reported being strip-searched and some reported sexual violence, including being hit or touched on their genitals. 86% of them experienced appalling levels of physical and emotional abuse, including being beaten, while 60% experienced solitary confinement from 1 to 48 days. 70% suffered from hunger. Another 58% were denied communications with their family. 42% were injured during arrest, including gunshot wounds and broken bones. And 68% of young detainees said they didn't have access to health care.
I didn't receive any medical attention. I faced many difficulties, especially with my injuries. The Israelis are intentionally cutting off all the detainees from the outside world.
When I left, the little girls in my cell were crying because they've been subjected to a lot of things. Little girls. I'm not even talking about grown-up women. I'm talking about the young girls. They've been through things that nobody should witness.
But the abuse is not new. Arbitrary arrests, torture under custody, keeping dead inmates' bodies have all continued for decades. Human Rights Watch calls it, quote, crimes of apartheid and persecution. But this is everyday life for thousands of Palestinians who see the abuse and the impunity of their occupiers. Osama bin Javaid, Al Jazeera.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.